Hey guys, it's Bethany with ABQ Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to add fringe to your work using just a crochet hook, your yarn, and some scissors. Let's get started. The first thing you need to do when adding fringe to your work is figuring out where you would like to have the placement of the fringe and how much fringe you want hanging off. For example, I wanted to have 3 strands of worsted weight yarn folded over to make 6 strands for each fringe, and I wanted to place them so that they were at every other loop on my project. So once you have the placement down, because you don't want it to be overcrowded and you don't want it to be too few, but again, that's totally up to you. And then I did the same thing on this shawl, again, trying to find every other loop and place it there for every other row. So on my summer shawl, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to start down at the bottom, but I need to cut my yarn first. And actually I should say you also need your cell phone or something to measure around. My strands end up being about 11 inches in length, but this is how I measure mine out. So I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to measure around it, and this will be 1 strand. So to do 2, 3, and you don't want to pull too tight because you won't be able to get your scissors in, so I kind of just gently wrap, and that's 4, 5, 6, 7, and I usually wrap until I get about 21 strands because it's a divisible by 3. But go ahead and finish wrapping up and I'll meet back with you once we finish our 21 rounds. Okay, after you have about 21 strands, and it's not, you don't have to be exact with it. I wouldn't do too many more than that because the bulkier you get up here, the more uneven the strand lengths will be. And it's okay if they're not totally perfect. You really don't notice when your work is finished. And if you want to touch that up, you can, but I kind of like to leave it a little bit more natural. So I'm going to clip my strand, and then, and you want to be careful not to damage your phone or whatever you're using. Okay, then I go in and cut, and now I've got my strands I want to work with. So I'm going to take 3 of them, okay, and you try to line them up. Again, some will go just a little bit longer. Just got a hair in there. Some will go just a little bit longer than others, and that's okay. So you're going to join them at the tip and keep this loop open. You're going to find on your work where you want to place it. So I'm going to start at the tip of my shawl. Now I'm going to just place my hook. Here, let me get the back out of there. Okay. I'm going to place my hook through where I want to place my fringe. I'm going to take my folded over strands and get right in the middle. I'm going to pull it through that loop and do like a yarn over here, and then I'm going to pull all 6 of the strands through that loop and pull tight. And that's our first fringe. So we're going to go ahead and continue this. So again, you want to figure out where you want each of your strands to be placed. So you just kind of eyeball it and figure where you would like to most see it. I think I'm just going to go for these loops on each of these, and then I'll see where it goes. So you can even start by placing your hook there. Grab 3 more strands. Line them up. and pull tight. So again, we're going to keep it even. So we're just going to continue all the way up the shawl with this. The only thing to make sure of, guys, is to remain consistent in how you're applying it. So if I'm going through this side of the shawl, I'm going to want to go through this side all the way up. I don't want to turn my work and work through the back of this unless you wanted to make it into sort of a design, because you'll notice how the knot goes. It looks like this from this side, and you can always change it around so that this side is showing. That's fine, but just be consistent all the way, because your knot will look different if you're entering through opposite sides. So don't interchange that. Okay, so I'm gonna get my next one going. And that is how you add fringe. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all of my current videos. You can see some of the other examples of where I used fringe on my work down below. I'll link to my projects if you'd like to do some of these shawls. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day.